It's been a big month. Hello, everybody. Welcome to July's Art Chat. This doesn't even include the big things that I've done. There's a couple really big pieces that I'll have to figure out how to show you. Anyway, hello and welcome. I just said that. Back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Melissa. I am from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I like to play my sketchbook. I make illustrations and I do graphic design and yes. Let's get into everything that I made during the month of July. This is a Royal Talon, no, this is a Talons. I would say Royal Talons. I think it's maybe Royal Talons in the UK. Talons Art Creations sketchbook, the big one. I did not do this cover this month. This was a while ago. Neocolor to on top of gesso mixed with acrylic paint, if you're wondering. On the 1st of July, July the 1st, Canada Day, Ray, Simon and I, my husband, dog, and I went to Coronation Park and sat under the big beautiful trees, and I took my play items, which are cheap paint sticks. I have a video unpacking these, and I also have a video where I make my own rainbow markers with them. Check them out, they're so fun. They're from the dollar store, super cheap. Anyway, played in my sketchbook making some boats, capturing the scenes. And then I used a solid combo paint marker. Definitely not cheap, but very fun to use. Capturing some people in single line. These are not single line, these are just drawing people, never mind. With the rainbow marker, and then using some fluorescent solid markers, same brand, different colors, a pink, a yellow, and a blue. Very bright, not as bright as you're seeing it right here. There was one other thing that I did. In this sketchbook, also a Talons Art Creations, but the medium size. Using Neocolor 2s. And just, again, capturing the scene in front of us. Coronation Park, downtown Toronto. Beautiful, beautiful park. On July the 2nd, I joined Sophie McPike for a Scribble Brigade session. I believe this would have been a Patreon one. Her first one of the month is Patreon. Her second one is public on her YouTube channel, and her third one is another Patreon one. I've been a long time supporter of Sophie on her Patreon, and it is a very lovely place to be. The theme for this month was what are we drawing, and so the first, this is a bad example because this doesn't look like anything. The first image that we saw, she showed us really blurred, so we had to try to guess what we were seeing based on a super blurry image, knowing it was a landscape. And then she would show us the actual image, and we would draw that. So you can see I saw those as dinosaurs or something. But they were actually houses. So I used Neocolor 2s on top of some pre-swabbed pages with, what would that be? Watercolors, inks, something. So that was that. July the 3rd. This is a sketchbook that I made. Covered, so this is chipboard that I would use to put on the back of a printer painting. You'll see this soon. But yeah, I just cut up some paper that I have in a giant roll. It's Fabriano watercolor paper. And when I'm finished this one, I think I'll record my process so that you can see if you're interested. well, I'm going to record it anyway. Whether you like it or not, whether you choose to watch it or not, will be a different story. July the 3rd, I painted this using my my custom Holbein watercolor palette. And all of the things that I paint in here, aside from one, are done from photos that I've taken, typically, usually around the neighborhood. But daisies, I love daisies. July is daisy month, just be forewarned. Yeah, playing with some negative space. I just really did this really super quickly. Like maybe this was 10 minutes, I think. Stretched to 15 perhaps, but I feel like it was a really short time. Yeah, fun though. And this one we'll see soon. On the 4th of July, it was Geisha Week at Arting Party. This is a this is a classic Art Hang Party timing setup. So back in the very beginning, we used to do Art Hang parties. Art Hang Party, if you don't know, let me just take a second. Art Hang Party is a weekly live hour-ish long art making session full of fast-paced drawing and a lot of fun that I do here on YouTube. It's a live stream every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, or Daylight Time, whatever time we're in now, Eastern Time. And each week is a different theme. And then we also do a monthly pop-up on the first Saturday of the month at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Although starting September, we're gonna hopscotch it. So every other month will be live on my YouTube channel, and then the in-between months will be a live Google Meet session with our friend Debbie Draws Funny. So we get to actually get together and talk, and everybody's welcome. And we'll put out an RSVP link for those ones so that you can RSVP and join us. Those are also recorded. All of the replays are up on my channel. To get to them, this is, you probably know, but to get to them, go to my channel and then click on live, and then you'll see there's like one every week since January 2023. So a lot of Art Hang Party replays for you to do, and probably a theme for any mood that you're in. This week was Geisha Week. So we started with some 30-second blind contour drawings, and then we moved into 2-minute drawings. And I was using Inktense pencils for these. Some 5-minute drawings. I love this one here. 7-minute drawings, and then two 10-minute drawings. Yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely session. On the 5th of July, I joined in a Art Hang on Debbie Draws Funny's Discord channel, which she runs for her Patreon, which I am also a part of. And this was a self-portrait session. So the idea was, you know, when you see try to take a picture of a sunset or a sunrise and it's never as pretty as it is in real life. The theory is, and there was a YouTube video short about this, you are the sunset. So that's why you never really like the pictures that you see of yourself, because the beauty can never truly be captured. Anyway, it touched a lot of us. It really had an impact on a lot of us. And so Zan Blackburn guided us in a self-portrait drawing session. We did some quick warm-ups. We wrote down things that we see in ourselves that don't necessarily translate into photos, and then we spent, I want to say, half an hour, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, doesn't matter, drawing ourselves. And so this is meant to be me as I see myself. I don't think the likeness is truly there. I don't know. Anyway, maybe I need pink hair. But yeah, it was a really fun exercise. Really fun exercise. On the 6th of July, I did my first lino cut. I bought myself a cheap kit from Amazon and just went straight into it with a 3-layer print. This is technically number 1. I've done a couple more since, but I have they have left the home. So yes, this is based on my big strawberry painting that I did, and yeah, it was really fun. Lino printing is fun. If you've been thinking about trying it, try it. Also, block printing, whatever. I'm not printing on, like, I'm not carving into the linoleum. It's like a rubber block, so I don't know what to call it, but I'm calling it lino printing. Anyway, strawberry is fun. That must be Saturday. Actually, I think I did that in the afternoon, and then this I would have done in the morning because it was our monthly art hang party pop-up, the one we do on Saturday morning. July the 6th, and the theme was at the fair. For our Saturday sessions, we turn the timer all the way up to 20 minutes per reference photo. So yeah, 20 minutes. I use Neocolor 2s for this. And then people on roller coasters, very fun. Another 20-minute one, and then we just finished the session with some more quick, probably 2-minute drawings, I would guess. And I basically just did this to fill the page. And that's the end of that sketchbook. I have a tour of this on my channel. I'll link it below. But yeah, this was a really fun sketchbook. I loved this sketchbook, and I was actually so sad that this finished that I immediately walked to the art store to get a new one, which you'll see. On July 7th, I did this. This is Sharpie markers, the Sharpie creative markers that are like a brush pen and super fun, super matte, super opaque. And just, this is like a really kind of abstract-y, simple garden drawing. This is based on the music garden. These are also Sharpie markers. I can't remember. I think I did this over a couple of days, just kind of swatching them out in a quilt pattern, probably based on a Sophie McPike art prompt. Also on the 7th, I made an art hang party stamp. So that's fun. I should clean up. I still need to clean it up a little bit. It's a bit messy, but kind of like it. Kind of like it messy. On July the 8th, I joined Debbie Draws Funny Weirdo Drawing Club. So this is Deb's Patreon. And we were drawing weird childhood memories. Captain Kangaroo and Slim Goodbody. I'm unfamiliar with these folks, but it was fun to draw them. Obviously Pee-wee, Elf, I don't know, he's got a toe thumb, Lamb Chop, Howard the Duck. I really feel like I need to go back and watch Howard the Duck because I remember watching it a lot growing up, even though it is definitely not a children's made-for-kid movie. But I can't remember exactly what happened. I have zero memory, so I might need to find that to watch it again. Yeah, that was fun times. The 9th of July was another Scribble Brigade session with Sophie McPike. And again, the theme was to draw from a blurred image and then to draw from the actual image. So blurred, actual. This one, we were actually having a watch party on Discord, so we were watching as a group, watching Sophie live. Very meta, very fun. And I used the Sharpie markers for these again. This one's actually pretty close, except it wasn't a lighthouse, it was a castle. On the 10th, we'll come back here. Let's get a hello from Knit. This is, what marina is this? This is the marina at the end of Stadium Road. And the morning that I took this photo, everything was so still and pretty. So I wanted to paint it, and I used masking fluid, but masking fluid doesn't work for me. Mine's probably old by now. But yeah, still nice. Using the Holbein watercolors that I was talking about before. July 11th, I did another lino print. And this is Simon, our dog. And it's again another, oh, this is a 4-layer. This is a 4-layer lino. And I did up a bunch of prints for this one. Actually, I did 2. I always like to do like a test one and then like make a little bit of adjustments and then do another one. But yeah, I think this one turned out really, really nice. And again, some of them have since left home, gone to their forever homes. On the 11th also was Art Hang Party. And this week was vintage makeup and fragrance packaging. So we started with some 30-second blind contours. And then did 3-minute drawings. Again, I was using the Sharpie markers. They're very fun to use and like relatively inexpensive. I think they're around $20 for a set of 12, so that's not bad. They were gifted to me by art friend Sarah, and you can actually watch me open them and swatch them initially in a video that I'll link below. This one we did with our non-dominant hand. That's a Mary Blair packaging. She's a Disney artist who did like Cinderella and things. This one we drew upside down. I feel like the shadows really help these drawings. This was Cornish Violet, but I wrote Cornish Varnish. I was pretty tired this day, I think. This was 5 minutes. This, like, we were talking about it during the stream, but like, why don't we make fun packaging like this? Like, this is glass, and then the different perfumes are split into little orange segments that live inside of an orange. So good. 2 minutes and 1 minute. On the 12th of July, I joined in a drawing session with Sam Ashley. Sam has a Substack, I'll link it below, and she does some really nice Zoom drawing sessions. She just opened it up free for everybody. So go check it out and subscribe to her Substack and come to a Zoom because it is lovely, lovely, lovely. So we started with some 1-minute warm-ups, and all of the reference photos were from her friend who is a photographer named David Rogers, and his photos are beautiful. So those were 1-minute drawings. These are 2-minute drawings. These are going to be a little bit out of order, but I'm not sure that it matters. I did this one in this book. I did the rest in the big talons, but I had acrylic paint swatched, like just blobbed on the paper, and the colors worked perfectly for this coastal scene. So this is of the Sapphire Coast in Australia, and this was a 10-minute drawing. So this is Neocolor 2 on top of acrylic paint. And I love it. I love it. Let me, so I'm gonna save the cover for you. These are from the same session. So these are 5-minute drawings here that I did with watercolor. This was a 20-minute drawing, also with watercolor. This was a 10-minute drawing. Decided to do a full spread because I cannot for the life of me leave a page unfinished at the end of a session. But it was fun to work so big so quickly. And then one of the images I thought fit perfectly for my new cover art. So I had the background of this a really light pink. Can you see? Really light. That's not really showing. Anyway, it was a light pink, acrylic paint mixed with gesso. And then I used Neocolor 2s on top. And I think I did this, I think this was a 10-minute. I didn't write it down. Anyway, time doesn't matter. But this, I like drawing on the covers of my sketchbooks now because they set the tone for the sketchbook, and tone set with this one. This is very summertime chill vibes. Yeah, fun. Maybe next time I work on a cover, I'll record it. 13th was a plein air time. We went to sit in the park across the street. And this is just a little Smalt SMLT watercolor sketch album that I take pretty much every time we go outside. I don't always draw in it or paint in it, but it's like a little warm-up practice. In here I used watercolor and a pencil on top, which I don't normally do, but I think this is pretty fun. And then let's move in here. So I had very similar to this. You can see the paint. I think this was leftover paint from the Simon lino. It feels like that would be the thing. Neocolor 2s on top of acrylic paint. Also, this is my little People from Life sketchbook. This sticker is from Kristen Hastings. We'll link below. This lady sitting on a park bench. She had a full-size bong, one of the biggest bongs I've ever seen, out in the park with her, which, sure, is legal and everything, but it's not very travel-friendly, you know? Some single-line pigeons. Well, the bodies were single lines, and then I added the orange. Ray and I were joking, and I hope it becomes a reality that we're gonna get these tattooed on us. So he'll get that one and I'll get this wonky guy. People on our rooftop. This is using the Pilot parallel pen, which I need to play with more. And Simon, single line Simon. July 14th, I did this at home. This is based on a photo that I took of Simon the day before wearing my strawberry hat. Using the Kiritake Gonzai Tombi paints and then scribbled over top with color pencil and Neocolor 2. On the 15th, I did some birds. There is a bird app, like a bird identifying app that my brother told me about. Can't remember the name of it right now. I'll put it up here for you. And every day they have a bird of the day. And this was the bird of the day on that day, the European starling. So I used the Kiritake paints again as the base, and then tons of color pencil, Neocolor 2s on top. Missing a day. So earlier in the month, let's say, I've had this painting on watercolor paper rolled up for a couple of years. And it was a watercolor painting of a lake scene based on a photo that I took when I went to visit my cousins in Callander, Ontario. Very beautiful little town. I'll show you that. And then I decided it needs a new life. So I took that paper and laid acrylic paint on it, swiped it down with a card, smushed it all around, put colors here and there, and then went in with oil pastels and made this. It's huge. It's huge. It lives in my bedroom. I like waking up, actually. I like waking up to it now and just like, you know, kind of adjusting my eyes to the day on like the different flowers and stuff like that. So that was really fun, which then those daisies, the little clump in the middle, sparked another idea, which I did on the 16th of July, which is I painted over a daisy painting on canvas. So as part of my collection of memories from Grandma's Garden, or memories of Grandma's Garden, that I'm going to do something with soon. I have to do something with it soon. I did the same thing, so you can actually watch the process. I made a video, I'll link it below and wherever, of acrylic paint just over top, covering up the painting that was already there, and then using oil pastels to put the daisies in, and this is, I love it. I wish I had wall space for it, but right now it just kind of sits on my easel on the floor beside my desk, because living in a condo, there is very limited wall space, and yeah, it needs a home. It needs a home. Let me know if you would like to give it a home. Very willing to have it be rehomed. On the 17th of July, I joined Raj Kaur. She has a very lovely Substack, which I'll link below. I believe she just renamed it Art as Work. It used to be Designers Who Draw, but it is now Art as Work. And I joined her co-swatching session. This was at like 7 a.m. in the morning. And I was just gifted this lovely sketchbook from my generous art friend, Sarah. It's an origami sketch journal. The pages are lush, super, super thick, very white, very smooth. It is watercolor paper. So I thought, let's test out all the watercolors in here. So I did first I started with a single line drawing of my travel paint palette, Holbein HWC watercolor, plus a Daniel Smith Moonglow, because that needs to be in every single palette ever. Take my word for it. Very fun. Also, same day, I joined another weirdo drawing club with Deb. This was on her Patreon, and she just pulled up her faces Pinterest board, and we started drawing faces, which turned into this lovely collection of women, and we were naming them as we went. So Gertie, Birdie, they're sisters. They have issues. Cynthia, Maud, Lilbit. Her name is Lillian, but she goes by Lilbit. Phyllis, Estelle, and Alberta. So much fun. And Neocolor 2s and a black Polychromos color pencil. On July 18th, back in the origami sketchbook, I joined Jennifer Calieris. Books Are My People. She has a podcast, a Substack, where she talks all about books. And this session was book covers chat and draw, where we redraw our favorite book covers. Some people reimagined book covers. Mine is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which I cannot find my copy of, so I need to take a trip down to our storage locker to see if it's there. If not, I need to find a copy. I've read it many, many times. This is the book that I can go back and read over and over again, and it's just so funny, so comforting. Lovely, lovely. I use the Kiritaki Gonzai Tambi paints as the background, and then color pencils on top. I think this is the original book cover. This isn't the one that I had. I had the one that had all 5 books together, the trilogy in 5 parts. But yes, very fun. And for some reason in this sketchbook, I can just draw on one side of the paper spread and be fine with it. Go figure. On the 18th, also, same day, I did some new lino prints. I actually think I did this one another day, but I thought, I've been trying to figure out a way to share my little 3-color watercolor palette with people, maybe as like a little something to purchase in my shop, which I've closed just for the time being because I need to figure out what I want to do. Anyway, yeah, I made a little watercolor stamp, which is really cute. Yeah, and then paint it, and then I bought some like sticky, removable sticky glue tab somethings or other. So I put this on to test it, to make sure that it can come off. So yeah, so my thought is then I can put a little dab of the paint on here so that people can use it to swatch with, or like to make a painting with, and putting it on a little piece of wax paper will let them take it off and move it to a different palette or something. But yeah, I thought that was fun, and like then you get like a cute little art print. And then this is a swatch stamp that I made, and these are the 3 colors, and then you can see all the colors that they make. They're magic. It's a magic 3 colors. That's all you need. It's what I use to do my single line portraits with. You can see, so those are just using the 3 colors. Anyway, fun. The 19th we went over to Toronto Island. We took the day off and went over to Hanlan's Point, and took Simon swimming, and then sat in some shade and just had a lovely time. This is Neocolor 2's. Trying to capture, like, there's like ghost trees. There's some invasive bird that comes and their poop just kills the trees, and so there's these ghost trees all in on this one island. Very fun to draw. Very sad for the trees. I did some people drawing. This girl was like smushed herself in between this tree here. I thought it was really cute. Just reading. Guy on his boat. Then Simon. And then I started drawing this girl. This is as we were waiting for the ferry to come back across. I started drawing her, and then this truck so rudely pulled right in front of her, so I decided to draw them. And then this is Edward Hanlan, who Hanlan's Point is named after. This is a statue of him, so fun drawing. Using the Pilot Parallel pen. And also, look at this. Look at this. I made a sketchbook as like an offcut of, I think, of this sketchbook. And I filled it. So I made a little reel of this, but just a little sketchbook tour. This is using those 3 Holbein watercolors. Isn't it cute? Hanlan's Point, Toronto Island. Very cute. A little binding. Adorable. Adorable. The day before that, actually, let's go back a day. It was Art Hang Party Day. It was Funny Animal Video Stills Day at Art Hang Party. And I'll just turn them on and off. So I watched a lot of TikTok to try to find funny animal videos, and then I took a screenshot of like the pivotal moments in each video. And then we drew those. I was having a pretty rough drawing day this day, I feel like, but still a very fun session. Very silly. An upside down chipmunk. And yes, very fun. My only digital drawing aside from illustration work this month, last month, July. Oh, I lied. There's one more digital thing that I did. On the 20th, I did this master study of a Maud Lewis painting. I bought a Maud Lewis book last time I was at the Art Gallery of Ontario, and this is just the first the first painting in the book here. So I just use Neocolor to do a study of it. Just for a fun, low pressure art time. And then I believe it was another Scribble Brigade session. I had leftover acrylic paint in the background of these ones and used the cheapo paint sticks, actually. I wanted to play after like this is the third time that we've done this theme, so I wanted to change it up a little bit. And I don't think I actually finished that session. Nope. I signed up for a free, I think it's a free month of Creative Bug, which is like a Skillshare Domestika thing, but Creative Bug. And I followed along with a Lisa Congdon class where she talks about drawing in a grid. And so I did a strawberry grid on here using some Riso brushes that I have, which is very fun. I've turned this into a pattern, like a repeating pattern on my computer, and I ordered myself a scarf, which I'll show when I get it in, and if people like it, I may add it somewhere, make it available. That is the last digital thing. The 22nd, I did this watercolor painting of a kind of a boggy marsh over at Toronto Island. This is from a photo that I took when we were there the other day. Just fun. I did this while I was waiting for another drawing session with Debbie Draws Funny. So this was another Discord session. She does quite a few Discord sessions. In addition to, she started doing live streams. She has some draw along videos, and just check out Deb's Patreon. She has a free trial set up so you can get access to everything, and then she also has a free tier that gives you previews of everything. But yes, we were just drawing things from her Pinterest board. On the 24th, let's come back in here. Another painting based on a picture I took over at Toronto Island, Hanlon's Point. This is where we go into the beach. Yeah, this was nice. If you remember, probably May, June, I was striving for a drawing with watercolor style. I don't even know if it's in here. Anyway, this is what that style that I've been striving for has turned into, and I like it now. This is how I'm really enjoying drawing, just loose and kind of loose with watercolor. And the 24th was a Draw Weird Things Live with Debbie Draws Funny. This was Deb's first live stream on YouTube, and I have to say, as somebody who does live streams quite a lot, her first one was like she's been doing them as long or longer than I have, so well done, Deb. We were drawing weird things, but I use Neocolors and black pencil. Yeah, fun. She's, honestly, check Deb out. Somebody in the chat asked if she was a stand-up comedian because she's that funny. So honestly, it's fun. It's funny. She's funny. The 25th was Art Hang Party Day, and it was a Build-A-Scene retro party. So with Build-A-Scenes, we've done this once before. This is our second one, and we're gonna do them a lot more frequently now. Build-A-Scene, we build this scene one reference at a time. So we started with, let's look at this one. We started with food. So we had a picture of like a retro food tablescape. And then we added our guest, our our host. And then we added some party goers, and then we added the life of the party, and then we added more party goers. So each element was added one reference photo at a time. So you would just take what you wanted from that reference photo, leaving space, knowing that there's more to come. And we built our party scenes. They're so fun. They're so fun. I love it. I love drawing like this. Must do more. On the 26th, I headed out early to meet up with my family for our annual family camping trip. I drew some people waiting at the train station. And then on the train, there was nobody, so I just drew the seats. Even though this is my people from Life sketchbook, this is absence of people, so therefore still qualified as people. I took very limited supplies with me. I have a video packing for the trip, if you would like to check that out. Although it's kind of pointless because I didn't really take what I said I was going to take. This is an accordion sketchbook. I forget. I think it's a C. White's sketchbook. Again, gifted to me from my lovely friend Sarah. Debbie Draws Funny sticker. Check out debbiedrawsfunny.com for all your sticker needs. So my plan was to fill one side of this accordion sketchbook. You'll see I did not do that. With our campsite, aka farm. We stay on a farm. So I was gonna capture the whole scene while I was there, but I only painted this while I was there. Lovely, lovely. And then I think it was Monday when I got home, I did this. So I still need to finish it, but I've taken all the photos, so I'm just gonna finish it from photos. But the idea is that then it's going to be a 360-degree view of everything, and I think that will be very lovely. It's already working out quite nicely, so I expect it to continue. And then the other idea was to draw people on the beach and just fill the other side with people from the beach, and I'm very happy to say that I completed that. So it's my niece Lorelei, my niece Ava, my niece Peyton, some randos sitting kind of beside us and in front of us, my niece's boyfriend, my sister-in-law Amanda, my niece Autumn and nephew Ethan, my sister Annette, and my sister Ashley. So yeah, that turned out super fun. It was really fun to do. I used Inktense pencils. Yeah, just a joy, a pure joy. I need to get another one of these sketchbooks and do similar. So fun. So fun. My niece Autumn, who is 7, also joined me in some plein air. So she did this while I was doing the landscape in there. And then we took this to the beach and she made that. And that's a portrait of me. And then that. She's so good. She's so good. To be able to draw from life, I think, is really super impressive. So the 28th, the 28th, I was traveling home and did no drawing whatsoever. And then the 29th is when I worked on these landscapes. So that would explain why I can't find anything for that. So that's what I did on the 29th. I also did this, which is I did while watching a Sandy Hester video. Can you see, maybe like when I put the shadow down, kind of shows how bright that pink is. You see under my hand how like the color difference? It's like, it's super, super pink. super pink. So I drew these. I got, when I was away, this graphite crayon. It's 2B, so it's not like the softest pencil, but it's fun and chunky, and like really fun to hold. And so I did this based on a Sandy Hester video that I was watching with lunch, and then when I was halfway through the video and finished eating my lunch, yeah, you can see the pink when I put the shadow there. Okay, let's do that. I had to start drawing because I was so inspired to draw, and so this side was based on the composition that she was working on in the video, and then this side was when she was working on she was painting flowers. Okay, she was painting flowers, and as she was holding the flowers in her hand, I would draw based on the flowers that she was holding in her hand, not based on what she was putting down on the paper. So yeah, fun. Okay, there we go. We just need shadow. That's funny. That's funny. You'll see this comes into play when we do a quick tour of my self-portraits that I made this month, which I'll do at the end and just do a flip through. Birds using the graphite pencil. This is on the 30th of July. So I used the cheap paint sticks and put the color down first, and then I went back in with the pencil and just really loosely added the detail in the shapes. And then I had some paint in the background here. So this is from when I was doing the Simon lino print. And then I thought, well, let's just do one big bird over here. And then I used the black paint stick to negative space the shape in. Also, I skipped that page because it had the color on the background and wasn't working for drawing pages. On the 30th, also, I opened up my Pinterest board and started drawing people playing instruments. I had, for Art Hang Party, the retro Build-A-Scene party week, Amy, aka Bookish Vice, was over here live at my house as we were doing Art Hang Party. She was visiting from Puerto Rico, and she was in town, and so we had a nice little get together for Art Hang Party, which was really cool. And she brought some woody pencils for me, something that I have been lusting over for a very long time. She had them; they were hers, but she wasn't using them, so she passed them along to me. Which, thank you, Amy. So I used those with a black polychromos color pencil to draw these people playing instruments. Very fun. Which sparked more drawings in there, but let's, what did I do? There was talk in the Art Hang Party Discord about fountain pens. And so I was explaining all of the different fountain pens that I had and the inks that I use in them, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just draw them. That sounds like a fun thing to draw, so that's what I did. My Lamy Safari pen, Sailor Fude fountain pen, Kaweco Sport pen, Pilot Kakuno pen. This is the fountain pen that Japanese kids use when they're learning to write. It's very, very fun, very see-through. And then the Pilot Parallel pen, which this is one piece, but it's really long, so it did not fit. And then my inks, Platinum Carbon Black ink, Noodler's Zhivago, and then some Pilot ink. I meant to write in like whatever, but those are the two colors that are in there and there. Yeah. And then I colored it with watercolor so that you can kind of see the bulletproofness of the different inks. So you can see here, this ink bleeds, this ink bleeds, this ink bleeds, but these two don't. Anyway, that was fun. And the moon glow shadows, I think, just make it. Still inspired by Sandy Hester, and the way that I added the pink, the pink to the background of this was just kind of a last minute fun thing to do, but I'm loving it. I'm loving the way that it looks. I'm trying to get the right shadow for you for the pink. It doesn't matter. Anyway, when I was out on my lunchtime walk with dog walk, I picked some flowers from a public garden, just 3 of them, and then I brought them home to sketch them, a la Sandy. So that's what this is. So fun. And then also on the 31st, we had a art hang on Discord, on the Art Hang Party Discord, and we started by drawing people eating ice cream because it's 40 degrees Celsius, 104 Fahrenheit in Toronto this week, and it's gross. So I thought it would be fun to draw people eating ice cream as a way to trick myself to cool down. Anyway, I used the woodies again. Very fun. Woodies are very, very similar to Neocolor 2s. I think they're a little bit softer and definitely waxier. But essentially the same thing. If you have one, you don't need the other. And then we had, so it was Zan, Reb, and I drawing these ones, and then just as we were finishing, Louise came to join us, so we decided to keep drawing, and we were just drawing fun summer photos then. Again, from Pinterest. Very fun. I love drawing people. And that is everything that I drew and painted and did and made during the month of July. Let me give you a quick flip through of the self-portraits that I made this month. I do one a day, and I do them in this Hobonichi Techo 5-year journal because I was using it very, very sporadically. And since May the 7th, I have been doing a self-portrait a day. So my plan is to fill this up with a self-portrait. And then I have another one. Ray had one that he doesn't use that he has given me. So when this year is up, I will continue on, is the plan. July 1st, July 2nd. These are just like super quick. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7. I made a little self-portrait lino. Cute. 8. This is not me, this is Ray. It was his birthday, so I thought I would draw him. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is one of my favorites. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We're dog sitting a dog named Benji, who is very, very slow, and Simon likes to walk very, very fast. So that's me now. 25. I like this one too. 26. 27. This is in the style of the flowers with the graphite crayon and paint markers in the background. 28. 29, 30, 31. There we go. And that is all the art that I made during the month of July. As I like to do, I like to pick a favorite, and it has to be the people on the beach. Runner-up is the daisy painting, but it has to be the people on the beach. For sure, for sure, for sure. How was your month of July? Was it creative? Did you draw every day? I think this month I drew every day except for the Sunday where I was coming home from camping. So I think this is probably the one that I mean, I typically draw every day anyway, but I only missed one day this month. Yeah, fun. Let me know how your July was. Do you have any big plans, creative plans for August? I'm gonna keep doing the things. Art hang parties Thursday 7 p.m. Eastern. Art hang party Saturday August 3rd, 10 a.m. Eastern. I am doing I'm co-hosting a Zoom session with Charlotta Hamilton, aka Blue Shine Art. A Zoom session, drawing session on August 10th at 3 p.m. Once I get the link, I'll put that below. I'll also share it all on Instagram. And yeah, come to Art Hang Party, come to the drawing sessions, be creative, and I will see you. Bye. Now we're gonna do our thumbnail.